Sofia Renee is a country musician based in Northern California. Yeah. So, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm quite well. And I've never met a country musician from California before. They are more
Yeah.
based southward.
It's pretty common here, actually. Where I'm from, it's a small area, but they love
Mhm.
country here.
I see. So, yeah, you mentioned this before we record, but what's your specific locality?
Yeah, so I'm in Siskiyou County. It's kind of right on the border of the between Oregon and California.
Let's see. Were you originally born there?
No, I was born in Reno, Nevada,
Hmm. Yeah,
but spent
and
most of my life here.
I see.
Yeah.
So, do you revisit that place often?
No, not very often. I've been there a couple times since then, but spend most of my time here.
I see. Yeah. So, what do you remember about your upbringing?
Um, well, it was all over the place. I moved around from town to town in this area, back and forth over and over again. And I don't know, it seemed fun at the time. And I got to spend a lot of time with my grandparents and my parents. It was just, I don't know. I feel like childhoods can always seem fun no matter what you're going through.
Let's see. Uh, what are your fondest memories of your childhood days?
I really like thinking about like the time spent in my dad's truck or something like that, just listening to his music. He'd always play the song My Girl by The Temptations for my sister and I, and it was always such a sweet memory.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, the Temptations are the best.
Yeah, I love that song.
So, how did you decide to become a musician?
I've always loved singing since I was, well, my grandparents say I love singing since like the moment I was born. Um, but yeah, I just always loved music. Anytime something would come on, I'm always dancing to it, just can't help myself. And guitar came naturally because my grandpa played it. And yeah, you pick up a guitar and you just want to sing something.
Certainly. Yeah. Do you remember what you sang?
Well, the very first song I learned on guitar was a Taylor Swift song called Teardrops on My Guitar. And I love Taylor Swift. I've always loved her, so I think it came naturally that I wanted to learn one of hers.
Hmm. Yeah, that was early, very early in her career, right?
Yeah, yeah. That was, I think, like the first album she did.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a while ago. That's
Yeah,
it.
that was a while ago.
Yeah. So tell me about the appeal of Taylor Swift because so far I'm still mystified by it.
Yeah, a lot of people can be. I loved her early stuff. I don't know. I think that it's a lot of a relatable music for young women. I think a lot of girls can relate to falling in love and then having a bad heartbreak or something like that. So some people I think just it's just the relatability of her songwriting.
That's it.
And it's usually pretty catchy too.
I see. Yeah. Well, I know that falling in love and experiencing heartbreak is not like a sex-specific experience.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm. Yeah. But yeah, so far I still couldn't able to, quite understand or relate what Taylor Swift was talking about. Maybe it's exclusive to her or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. It could be. And I think everybody is gonna have their own music taste, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that there.
Certainly. Yeah. So what music are you listening to these days?
Right now I'm loving Ella Langley. I really love her song Weren't for the Wind. I think it's just like a masterpiece. I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about it again. I didn't hear it the first time. Sorry. Ellie Langley?
Ella Langley?
Ella Langley.
Yeah. Yeah. She does country music. She's really good. She's got a great voice and great songwriting.
Okay. I'll check her out after we finish this.
Yeah, she's good.
So what appeals to you about country music?
I really, at first I wasn't always the biggest fan of it. When I was younger, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but you start listening to it and the songwriting, it really tells a story in a way that other music doesn't always do.
Hmm. How so?
Mm. I think that's just what makes it country music. It's always got a story to tell. And pop music, it wants to be like repeatable and it wants to be super catchy, right? And I think that's great too. I love pop music. But country music, especially the older stuff, and it's always going to tell a good story.
hmm Yeah. So I got to be introduced to you via Caden Gordon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has introduced me to numerous people I end up having on this very show. So how did you and him connect?
I actually haven't gotten the chance to meet him yet. My producer, my manager, they're good friends with him. They're close with him, and they um, sent my stuff to him, and he did all this hard work for me, and I'm super appreciative of it. But I haven't gotten the chance to meet him.
I see. Yeah. I'm going to meet him later on this month on this very show, so I look forward to it.
Oh, great! I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. Me too. And glad you guys connect and glad he introduced you to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of your musical inspirations?
Well, I think you already heard Taylor Swift is one of them. I love Lainey Wilson, Ella Langley, even Megan Maroney. I think all of their songwriting is unique and fun, and I just kind of aspire to be able to have fun with it, you know?
Certainly. Yeah. What I'm getting at is more of topics rather than people.
hmm Yeah, so I draw a lot of inspiration from just what's going on in my life. I find songwriting kind of therapeutic. So if I'm going through something or if I just experience something, I like to write about it and it helps me process it and then I get to sing about it and other people can relate to it and it makes you feel kind of less alone.
Yeah, of course. Right. So what kinds of songs would you like to write about or perform?
I love love songs. That's just a classic. A good breakup song. I love those too. But I really just like writing about experiences that I know other people are going to go through and that can they can relate and it kind of builds up that kind of community where everyone's kind of experiencing that same thing. You know, you've all been through it.
Certainly. Yeah. So when did you start releasing music?
Released my first song this year. I think it was May, I think that I released the first one. It might have been a little bit earlier than that though. I can't remember the exact date.
Mhm. But it was this year,
Yeah, early this year.
yeah. Yeah. And what was the song?
It was Is That Enough? That was the first one I released.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right. I listened to that too. In preparation for meeting you. It's a
Yeah,
wonderful song.
thank you.
So why did you decide that that would be, your first song?
That was one of the first ones that I actually started working on, and I think it meant a lot to me. One, because it was one of the first songs that I was ever going like working on with the intentions of releasing. So that was very special. And it was also written about my husband and we just got married June 1st of this or of 2024. And so it felt pretty just recent and it meant a lot to me and him and yeah, I just really loved it.
Mhm. Yeah, I hope he likes it too.
He does.
Yeah. So what's the story of you two?
Yeah, so we met in May of 2023, and I was working at this little restaurant, and he was working as a plumber at the time. And he came up, and I guess he'd noticed me for a couple months. I didn't really notice because I was pretty busy when I was working, but he'd come every once in a while, and eventually he worked up the courage and told me this lame pickup line that apparently worked. And the rest is history. We hung out almost every single day and then quickly decided like, oh, we're gonna get married soon. And less than a year later, we were married.
Okay. So what was the lame pickup line that he used?
He came up to me and he said, "Hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but can I get your Instagram? Because you look like the kind of girl I'd want to take home to meet my mom." And it was really lame, but he was really cute when he did it, and I couldn't help myself. I was like, "Okay, sure."
Okay. Well, can you ask him if I could use that for my future dates?
I'll get your permission for you.
Okay. Well, but of course that depends on whether a girl that I'm intend to, meet and get to know has Instagram or knows what it is.
Yeah, yeah, you have to see.
But of course you did end up giving him his Instagram account. Your Instagram account.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I didn't even use Instagram at the time, but I really liked him. I was like, okay, you can have it. And as soon as he walked away, I was like, oh dang. And I hopped on and I had to post something because I didn't want him to get it and see that I had zero posts up. So I quickly posted a selfie. I was like, oh, just feeling cute, might delete, you know.
Yeah, yeah, certainly. So, how's your social media use these days?
You know, I'm pretty bad at it, but you got to get better to see any growth. You got to practice. So I'm just trying to get better at it, get more of a routine doing it, but I'm pretty bad.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm always fascinated by how musicians use it because I myself do not really use it to publish this show, but yeah, I know that it's kind of a necessity.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of the route that it's going to have to start being in order to see a lot of growth. Social media is a huge tool.
Mhm. Yeah. So, what's your preferred social media site or sites?
Recently I've been using a lot of Facebook. I think the majority of my followers are on Facebook, but I actually prefer TikTok, but I'm very bad at using it.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
I like to scroll though, the doom
Mhm.
scrolling. I love it.
Mhm. Yeah. I know that for like a few days, TikTok was like illegal or something.
Yeah, that was very weird, stressful. I was like, where'd my favorite social media go, you know? What am I supposed to do with my time now?
Let's see. Yeah. I've never used it, and I frankly do not see the appeal. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't. And I was exactly the same when it first came out. I was like, that's super lame. And then I got on it a year later than everybody else, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm addicted.
Hmm.
It's like you just scroll endlessly.
Yeah, that I think that's the trap that, social media companies lure you into. That's why I
Yeah.
don't use it all that much these days.
Yeah, that short form content can be very addictive, so you gotta like set yourself a limit, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Or be like you and just not even use it.
Um, I use it to connect with people, but you do get these posts that are designed to get on your nerves.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure.
um, tell me about your latest single, which is titled "Pressed Flowers."
Yeah, so that one was a lot of fun to work on. So that was the absolute first that we started. So there was a series of like 4 or 5 songs that we started working on all at the same time. And that was the first one that I started writing. And it's a breakup song, and it's basically kind of like a metaphor, you know, like you can give somebody back all the material items that they've given you in a relationship, but you can't give them back all those memories that you made. And that's like the pressed flowers, that's the metaphor for all those memories you made, you know. They're just pressed in time, they're not going to go anywhere. Um and I thought that was I thought that was a really beautiful way of putting it. And you know, you're going to keep all those pressed flowers. And I love the imagery of pressed flowers too. I'm pressing flowers all the time, so I thought it fit.
Hmm? Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Pressed flowers?
Yeah.
I have, so you can do it all kinds of ways, but I have a couple machines, or not machines, like little gadgets that you can use. But basically, like you get a book or something, a really heavy book, and you put some paper towels down. And in between the paper towels, you're going to put your flowers and you lay them flat so that when you squish them, you want to squish all the liquid out and let them sit. I let them sit for months and I forget about them. And then you open it up and they're all dried out and pressed flat. And it's like a little picture of a flower, but it's a real flower.
Certainly. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so you just squish all the moisture out.
how long do they typically last?
I haven't had any not last. Normally I would preserve them, so I like laminate them or use them in decorations or something. They are pretty fragile though, so you can break them pretty easily because they dry out and then they're all bitter and frail.
Okay, that's a fascinating habit of yours.
Yeah.
Hobby, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, so before we start recording, I get a chance to be introduced to your cat. So tell me about him slash her.
That's my baby cat, Icarus. He is 4 years old and he has my whole entire heart. He's like my little soul cat. I didn't really like cats all that much, but I raised him like I was there when he was born, and I'm just attached to him now and he's pretty attached to me. I I had him locked in the other room, but he doesn't like to be away from me. And so he was trying to break the door down and trying to get out. So I had to let him out and snuggle with him for a little bit so he'd leave me alone.
That's it. So for the time being, he's not in the room with you right now, right?
He just walked down the hallway because the other cat is still in the room and
Mm,
the other cat's now meowing at the door.
mhm.
And I think he's interested. I can
Yeah,
hear him trying to break the door down too now.
that's it. So you're the owner of more than one cats.
Yeah, I got two.
Tell me about the other one.
The other one's name is Paris. He's a little flame point cat. He's the sweetest little thing. My other cat, Icarus, is kind of a bully and he's mean to Paris. And Paris is just a little angel. He's got the biggest blue eyes. And he's just always so sweet to people.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you take them from what, Greek mythology? Their
Yeah,
names?
yeah, exactly. I name all my pets from any kind of mythology, really, but these two are Greek, yeah.
hmm Yeah. Do you intend to write songs inspired by the stories of Greek myths or any other
I
myths?
Yeah, so I've tried and not all of them not all of them turn out. Some of them are a little cringy, but I'm gonna keep working at it. I really love mythology. I think it's all super interesting and just great stories and yeah, I wrote some pretty emotional ones based off of some mythology that I might rework and see if I can make it so that I actually like what I wrote. And we'll see. I might be able to come up with something.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the how you call it narrative in the mythological canons that got you interested in mythology in the first place?
Um, do you know the Percy Jackson books?
I know the movies, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. So same thing, you know. Uh, but I loved those when I was a kid, and then, after I finished reading all those before he came out with all the newer stuff that he's written, I was obsessed with all this mythology, but had nothing else to read, so I just had to start doing research on it. And sometimes it's a little hard to read the stories, like if you don't really understand what's happening. But once you like start to get a hang of what's going on, it's really interesting. I just love the stories. They're really great.
Yeah, that's cool. So, how old are you right now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 22. I'm turning 23 in 10 days.
No? Well,
Yeah.
happy birthday in advance.
You.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be turning 26 this October, so we're of the
Oh,
same age
nice.
group. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So speaking of Percy Jackson, have you seen the movies, or did
Yeah.
you ever see the movies?
Yeah. And I really loved them at the time, but they're very different from the books.
Yeah. I think I got to read the books, at least the first three of them,
Yeah.
sometime after the movies were released, because yeah, they published the books in concurrence with the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was good like young adult fiction. I'm not really into all of them right now, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed reading them at the time.
Yeah. Did you see the Disney Plus new Percy Jackson series?
I've heard of it. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I would. I really liked it. I think they're working on a season two, which I hope. I thought it was really great, and I really appreciate it when a TV series or a movie uses like accurate ages for the characters. A lot of times they'll use grown adults for like a 13-year-old kid. I'm like, that's a little weird, but
Right.
yeah. So this movie or this TV series does a really good job at that.
Yeah. I know that the movies, like the characters, are portrayed as. I know that they are portrayed as teenagers, but they look like grown adults.
Yeah, yeah. I think in those movies they're supposed to be like 12, I think, and they're using grown adults, and I always think that's a little strange.
Yeah. But of course, yeah, the legal requirements for child actors can be quite tricky
Yeah.
compared to adults.
Yeah, exactly. That can make it tricky too.
What I do know is that in the Percy Jackson shows, the man who plays Ares, the god of war, is like a really great professional wrestler, Adam Copeland or Edge.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's
Wow.
from Canada.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's really cool. That's a cool fact.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm a big pro wrestling fan, so I recognize him
Oh,
instantly.
That must have been cool to see.
Yeah, certainly. Although I should see more of the show because I know that he's only one of the supporting characters, so he appears like once in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, I think all the actors did a great job. I'm not always too familiar with names or anything like that, so I don't always recognize where somebody's from, but that's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Be on the lookout for him next time, I suppose.
Yeah, I will.
You also released another single titled "On Again, Off Again," and I would venture to say that is another love song.
Yeah, it's kinda it's more like a toxic kind of love, you know, you're going back to this thing that you know over and over again isn't going to be good for you, but you just can't help it. I think that can be pretty relatable too sometimes. I thought it was kind of cutesy, but at the same time, it's talking about this type of relationship where they're always making you cry, they're always leaving, but you're always running back to them.
I see. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that experience, but I know that I have experiences where I'm still hung up on like a girl that clearly did not want me to be in her life some years ago.
Yeah, yeah, and it can be about that kind of thing too. You know, I think that on again, off again experience can be related in a lot of ways, even if you don't go back to them, but you're constantly like maybe thinking about it or wishing you could. And it's just, it's hard.
Mhm. Yeah, of course. Um, so to what extent do you and your husband share music tastes?
Um, Kinda. He'll let me listen to whatever I want, you know. He's always sweet. When I'm in a bad mood, he's gonna throw on my favorite song. But I like a lot of the music he listens to, and I think both of us we like all kinds of music. We're gonna listen to whatever's on the radio and like it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about such an instance.
Yeah, well, we met and we spent a lot of time just sharing songs with each other. And we were like, oh, I'm not sure if you'll like this one, but I just wanted to see if you'd try it out. And we put it on. We're like, oh, I love that song. I didn't know you listened to this. And it's like we loved Breeze Blocks and we love Glass Animals and we both love country. And it's a lot of fun. He'll always come home from work. He works these long overnight 10-hour shifts. And he comes home and he's like, babe, I heard all these new songs. You got to listen to them. It's always really exciting.
So what does he do for a living?
Right now, he's working at a wood mill. So he's pulling green chain all night, which I don't know if this is common knowledge or not, but it's like these long, thin pieces of veneer, and he just pulls it off of a uh, uh, conveyor belt pretty much all night long.
Oh
So
well.
yeah, it's kind of hard, but at the same time, you know, he can just zone out a little bit and just pull all night. So, yeah, he's doing really good at it. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, that's wonderful. But of course, night shifts can be quite challenging.
It's pretty hard on him. He's really looking forward to getting off of it. And that'll happen soon enough. And I'll be glad when it does because I can't sleep when he's not home. So I'm just up all night.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, I hope that your biological rhythms match.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's not always that.
of course. So what are your plans for this year, 2025?
This year, we are trying to get an album out. We've got about 10-ish songs that we're really trying to complete and get out by the end of this year. And then we're really hoping to get out there and play some live shows. I really miss playing live. It's been a while since I have. Um, and it's going to be fun. We're going to have a full band and hopefully we're going to play some really good music for some people.
That's cool. Yeah. When was the last time that you performed live?
Thankfully, I got to play on the 4th of July, but before that it had been maybe 9 or 10 months since I got to play and it was really starting to get on my nerves. And then when I finally did get to play, I was so nervous because it's been so long.
Hmm. Yeah. Happy belated Fourth.
Yeah, yeah, happy 4th. I hope you had a fun one.
Well, I'm not American, so I don't celebrate it.
Oh well, could have at least had a fun day.
Yeah, I thought it was. I think it was like Friday, right? The fourth
Yeah, it
was
was
Friday.
Friday.
I see. My brother's birthday was on the 6th, so
Oh,
I took him
fun.
out for a celebration. That's about that.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. What's the typical Fourth of July activity?
We typically go out to, they always have these little festivals. That's always a lot of fun. Obviously, the main one's like watching the fireworks. So, before we used to go to the festivals, my family would always bring out their little lawn chairs and we'd go buy a bunch of just junk food to snack on. That was always fun. And you buy sparklers, and before the big main fireworks show, you always light them in the street in the parking lot. And that's a lot of fun. And, barbecues are always a good one. I think it's just hanging out with people and lighting stuff on fire. That's fun.
Yeah. We used to have I grew up in Vietnam and we have like fireworks when it's Vietnamese New Year or Tet.
Yeah.
I'm living in Hungary now and during Hungarian Independence Day, so August, I believe August 20th. They would have fireworks too, but then I never was into fireworks because they're too bright and they're too noisy, and I don't
Yeah.
like bright and noisy things.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, but I'm an American Studies major, or at least I studied my master's in American Studies. So
Mhm.
the Fourth of July, it's a good time to I guess remember the revolution and what brought it about and what it achieved, and
Yeah,
of course
true.
reminiscing on whether the promise of the revolution has been fully realized today. And
Yeah.
I think there's too much like pessimism at this point in time.
Hmm.
Uh, Hopefully it's not next year because it's 20th, 250th anniversary. Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because 1776 and 2026.
Well, there we go. Yeah, hopefully there isn't so much negativity. That's not always fun.
Yeah, I know. But hopefully, the your 4th of July this year has been more, on the upbeat side.
I had a great time this year.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about how music helps you through your struggles, either listening to it or writing and performing it.
Yeah, I think so. On the listening side, you're listening to somebody that wrote about the same thing you're going through, and you can realize, all these people that are loving this song, they might be going through the same thing that you are. You're not always alone. And the song can even be about how this person got through it. So it's kind of like advice. You're realizing you're not alone. And kind of the same thing when I'm writing it. I'm writing it knowing that other people are going to hear this, other people are going to relate to this, and I'm not alone. So that's one part of it. And then it also just kind of helps you process, you're really thinking about the situation. You're trying to figure out like how you feel about this situation and what you want to say about it. And I think that really helps too.
Mhm. Yeah. So what songs did you perform on your 4th of July set?
So I played a lot of originals. One of my favorites was called July Nights, and it's not out yet, but it will be hopefully on the first album, maybe on the second album. We'll have to wait and see. Um, and then I did a lot of covers. So I did some Lainey Wilson, I did some Taylor Swift, and um, Ella Langley. I had to do her song "Weren't for the Wind." It's so good. I just love playing it.
Cool. Yeah. My favorite 4th of July song so far is it's titled 4th of July. It's by the folk music artist Sufjan Stevens. Sufjan Stevens.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard of him. I'd have to check it out.
It's a rather melancholic folk song. It's about his rather not so happy childhood.
Oh. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. That sounds like a good song.
Yeah, it's a wonderful song.
Yeah.
Okay, so what can you tell us about the album that you're working on besides from what you've told us so far?
Yeah, so it's in the works. We've got a lot of my favorite songs, and it's funny because we have a lot of songs kind of ready to go, or we're working on getting it ready to go. A lot of them written, and we're right now we're really trying to decide what we want on the album because it's like every time we write a new song, we're like, oh, that's the best one we've written yet. That has to go on the album. But we're only putting 10 songs on it. So it's kind of fun trying to figure out which ones we really want on it and which ones we want to, what we want to do with the other ones. But it's in the works right now, and we're gonna see what ends up on it, and I think it's gonna be really good.
Okay. Well, why 10?
Um, I don't know. I think that's just a really good number for right now. I know a lot of people will do a lot of songs. We didn't want to do too many because I don't have a lot of songs out yet, and I don't think people want to sit through a huge album of 23 songs from somebody they don't really know.
Yeah, I could certainly understand that.
Yeah.
Do you plan to release singles like after the album is released, or do you plan to release like all the singles before the album?
Yeah, so I think we're planning on releasing one or two right before the album comes out. Um, and I'm really excited for this. And then I don't know if we're going to release any like for the album. I don't think we're going to release any like tracks from the album that will be singles, but we might release like actual just singles that aren't part of this album in between one and two.
Okay.
We'll see.
And will the uh, will the album be released digitally only, or will there be like physical media as well?
Yeah, so we're really hoping to get some CDs, but we also thought it'd be really cool to press some vinyl too. Uh, so both, hopefully. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. I look forward to it. I think physical media is a good bonus.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So finally, Sophia, what does music mean to you?
Music is kind of means everything to me, you know. It's my whole life. I love it. I feel like I breathe it, you know. It's all I want to do. It's my main focus right now is just creating something that people can relate to.
I think that's a wonderful note to end on, and I look forward to seeing you again when the album is out.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you again, Sophia, Renee, for joining the show.
Thanks.